Welcome to another edition of Sunday Funnies. Happy to be with you today. Really. I've got some good ones today. We're going to start off with Pickles. You know, Pickles is my favorite joke because I think I'm like Earl Pickles. Anyhow, Grandpa and Grandma are sitting at the table and Grandpa says, he's reading the newspaper and it says here, a university study says that older adults have a harder time getting jokes. And so Grandma says, that's ridiculous. And Grandpa says, okay, let me try one on you. He says, if corn oil is made from corn, and olive oil is made from olives, what is baby oil made from? And Grandma says, mineral oil, I believe. I thought you were going to tell me a joke. Yeah, that was a good one. Next up, we've got Blondie and Dagwood. Dagwood comes in the kitchen and he says, looking good, gorgeous. Have I told you how beautiful you are today? And Blondie says, why, thank you, honey, but you know that won't get you out of finishing up the dishes. And the last frame shows Dagwood doing the dishes. And he says, that always worked in those Hallmark movies. Tell somebody they're beautiful and then they forget everything else and you get out of doing the dishes. I like that one. The next one is Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin in the first frame says, Dad, I want a bedtime story. His dad says, I'm busy, Calvin. I'll read you one tomorrow. Then Calvin yells, if you don't read me a story, I won't go to bed. So Dad starts reading a story. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Calvin who always wanted things his way. One day his dad got sick of it and locked him in the basement for the rest of his life. Everyone else lived happily ever after. The end. And in the last frame, Calvin says, I don't like these stories with morals. Next up is the Born Loser. I don't think I've ever read a Born Loser joke to my audience. In the first frame, the wife says, oh, Brutus, could you lend me a hand in here for a second? And then Brutus calls back and says, Gladys, I can't right now. I'm busy multitasking. So Gladys goes into the room where Brutus is and she says, multitasking? I thought you were watching football. Brutus says, I am watching football. And Gladys says, how is watching the game on the big screen TV multitasking? And Brutus says, well, I've got one game on the big screen, another on the tablet, and a third on the smartphone. That is multitasking. Watching 3 football games at the same time. I had an experience with one of my kids who was playing in a basketball game. And I went to the basketball game and I was listening to a basketball game on a radio that I had. And I was also reading the newspaper. So that's how I was multitasking. I was doing 3 things at the same time. Next up is Frank and Ernest. I don't think I've ever read them on to our audience before, but they're 2 pretty funny guys. So they're going into a sporting goods store, and Frank says, "I love hockey. What's your favorite winter sport?" And Ernest says, "Hiking through Hawaii." That's always good in the wintertime. Anything in Hawaii is good. The last one we have for today is Pearls Before Swine. And this is a comic that involves a goat and a pig and a mouse and a man. Anyhow, in this one called I don't know what it's called, but the goat says, "Hey pig, what are you doing?" And there's a sign on the wall that says, "Be yourself." And the pig says, "I got a job writing motivational posters." And the goat says, "I think I've seen this one before." And the pig says, "Yeah, but I've updated it to better apply to our times." So instead of the sign saying, "Be yourself," it says, "Be someone else." And in the last frame, the pig says, "Even rude people need inspiration." Hey, thanks for joining us today on Sunday Funnies. The thought I have for today is it's goals. The football season is starting, and I'm a big football fan. And the stadiums have goals. One team tries to get the ball over the goal. So goals are very important in football. But the goals I'm talking about are the goals that you have in your life. And the thought is that nothing significant has ever happened without goals. So if you want to do something significant, set a goal and then work towards it. That's my message. I love you guys so much. Hope to see you again. Good luck to you in your work and in your school and in all your endeavors this week. I'm cheering for you. I know you can do it. Bye now.